Hey, welcome back to a brand new episode of Carter Sports Coverage. I'm your boy SB Cash.
It's good. It's your boy Ryan. We back at it again another week.
Back
Great Super Bowl game.
Great Super Bowl game, huh? I'm feeling it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, we run.
Congratulations to them Rams, man. They deserved it.
Appreciate that.
They were supposed to win it, and they did.
Right. That's what a lot of people saying. So on this episode of Carter Sports Coverage, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl a little bit, what happened, what transpired, how we felt, key moments in it, and then we're going to get into the key NBA trades that actually went on over the last week. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. All right, Super Bowl. Rams end up winning 23-20. Sean McVay gets his first ring. Aaron Donald, Matt Stafford, everybody gets the first ring that they all been looking for. Of course, Von. I was gonna say Von get his second. It was a great game overall from my standpoint. I feel like I like what the Bengals did. I respect them even more now for coming out playing that game, and I feel like the future is bright for the Bengals. I'm happy we won, obviously, and that's good shit and everything. But I definitely feel like the future is really bright for the Bengals, and they can do a lot in the years coming. How you feel about the Super Bowl, bro? How you feel shook out?
It was a good game, all the way down to the end. That's all I wanted.
What was the key?
I didn't care who won, who lost. D-line wrecked it, like I said. What needed to happen, you feel me? Shit. I feel like everything that was supposed to happen, you feel me? Y'all did, y'all want, y'all you feel me? It happened. Stafford, Odell went down with the knee injury.
Yeah. Get well soon, Odell, but he definitely made his presence felt with that touchdown.
Right, because when he went out,
our offense, it seems like our offense
changed. Like y'all didn't score again until the fourth, right?
Yeah. Or no, the cut. I think
that was right. I think it was like that same drive right after, but then after that, y'all didn't score again.
Right. It definitely threw the.
It might have been that drive where he got hurt. Was it?
Nah, he scored that drive. Then we came.
Odell scored that drive? No,
you said the
one he got hurt.
Yeah, because he went down and shit. I would say that too. Like it definitely threw the timing and rhythm off for our offense with Odell down and the younger guys having to step up. But I want to read off a couple stats. Matthew Stafford was 26 for 40, 283 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions though. We basically couldn't get anything going on the ground. Our highest ground total was Cam Akers, 21 yards, 13 carries. So I give the Bengals their credit. They bottled our run up really good. Reception-wise, Cooper Kupp, of course, 8 receptions, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ends up winning Super Bowl MVP. OBJ had 2 catches for 52 yards and 1 touchdown before he got injured. And I want to have this is a big shout-out to Bryson Hopkins, our tight end. He had 4 catches for 47 yards, and Van Jefferson.
He was getting a little active with Van.
Bryson, he's third string though.
Right, he got active to be third string. Right, I respect that.
But Van, yeah. So I mean, they was the other ones I would say that helped us on offense. Defensively, Darius Williams led us in tackles. He had 8 tackles, the corner. But Aaron Donald gets 2 sacks. Von Miller gets 2 sacks. Our defense.
Von had 2.
Yeah, Von had 2 too. Our whole total D we had 7 sacks. Yeah, I think so too. One in the first.
I don't remember. Second. No, I'm saying like 1 and then a half and another half. Like half a sack,
but it was 2. It was 2 fulls. 2 full sacks. That's what I'm saying. We had 7 total. Ernest Jones got 1. Ashawn Robinson got 1. Everybody was trying to get them though. So I shout out to the D. That was the stats on the Rams side. You got the Bengals stats, or what did the Bengals do offensively?
Yeah, I mean Joe didn't do bad at all. I mean Joe, I'm gonna say Joe didn't lose him the game. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. 22 for 33, 263 yards and a TD.
He was actually efficient.
Yeah.
He was actually efficient.
Over 200. Mixon was efficient, 15 for 72 yards.
That's key. He had 72?
Right,
that's key, because it's like, I knew they could have some
success. 6. They should have threw it to him more. I feel like the way
y'all had that pass.
I feel like the way y'all was getting off, you feel me, the way y'all was coming off that line so crazy, they should have been throwing him screens.
Right.
They should have been hitting screens coming in behind it. I'm saying, but in the air.
Right.
Because that would, you feel me, that would at least slow y'all down. You feel me? That's what I feel. Higgins got all 4, 100 catches. One of them was wild as fuck with the interference, grabbing Jalen's face mask. They missed that bad. We had 2 TDs.
Hey, Higgins cracked 100 though.
Lamar had 5 for 89. I mean, they was getting off on Ramsey low key. I ain't put that up there.
Yeah.
Boyd 5 for 50, 5 for 48. You feel me? The receiving core was out there doing it. Well, and Mixon, they offense was doing their thing.
That's what I feel.
O-line and just let them down. You from that, if anything they need to focus on, it's that O-line.
Right.
Because they O-line, everything else played. You feel me?
I feel like they O-line held up pretty good.
Man, hell no.
Through three quarters, we didn't really start getting. I mean, we was getting pressure, but we didn't start getting to him to the fourth. Like I feel like in the fourth, last two drives,
he was always having to move around. He kept having to get off his spots, getting hit, even if they wasn't sacks.
Yeah,
quarterback hits, hurries, and all that type of shit. You feel me?
The pressures do.
He was uncomfortable, even though you said y'all ain't get hot till late, but he was uncomfortable the whole night.
They did have 2 picks on Stafford. I think it was a Woozier and Jesse Bates had one.
So that base one was big.
And Logan Wilson led them in tackling. Logan, is that his last name?
Yeah, he nice.
He led them in tackling.
Yeah. So 55, he was everywhere.
Hey, no hating shit for me, man. I'm glad the Rams won.
I thought they'd be back though. That was a good year for them.
You don't think they can be back? Why not? All they gotta do is build. They get an O-line. What niggas gonna do?
I don't know. I just feel like shit.
They need a corner too, though.
Like I don't know. This to me, this year was like one of them years. It was like crazy as hell. You feel me? Like
it was wild. Nobody from
at least niggas had y'all. You feel me? Because y'all was kept on making off-season moves. Y'all got Vaughn. They was like, oh, they need to go. They got Odell. Oh, they need to go. So you feel me? Niggas low key expected y'all to be there, but nobody had the Bengals going there. You feel me? I feel like this was one of them crazy years. Like Packers was real good. They didn't make it. Bucks,
Bills, Chiefs.
Bills, Chiefs. Right? You feel me?
Yeah,
I feel like they had their opportunity. Like this, you feel me? You supposed to take advantage of them type of opportunities. So I don't know if they'll be back. I mean, I ain't hating, but I doubt it. You know, it's hard as hell to get back.
It is hard as hell to get back. I think they can. I don't know if they. I'm not saying Super Bowl next year for Bengals. Like it's really tough to get back to the game. But
a lot of shit got to go your way. Injury guys, you feel me, and all that.
Right.
A lot of stuff got to go your way.
They can build on it though. What I'll say is
definitely
the pieces is there to be.
And they're young, so they can build on.
So definitely shout out Rams, shout out Bengals. Super Bowl was great, good for the fans, man. That's the end of the NFL season. No more football. We'll be back when the draft hit. Talk about some draft things. But until then, let's kick it to the NBA, bro. Like, as y'all know, the NBA been going crazy with these trades lately. Everybody's been moving parts everywhere. 3-team, 4-team deals, all these, right? So last week we brought to y'all some trade news about a couple teams. And immediately after we finished recording the show, guess what we found out? The biggest trade of them all, James Harden has moved to the Philadelphia 76ers with Paul Millsap. And the Nets get in exchange Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and some draft picks. This is the biggest trade of them all. Talk to me, bro. Like, this is really huge.
I don't know.
James Harden, a game changer. Went to the Sixers with Embiid.
Yeah, I mess with James. I like that look. I don't know what else they got, though, besides that. You feel me?
They still got Tobias?
We got no pick. Tobias ain't been the same since he got right.
But I mean, he can be that guy, that third guy.
We're gonna have to see. Then, like, I really don't got no.
I
gotta wait and see. I don't got no feeling. I don't know because Ben ain't played, so you feel me? So I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, you talking about the Nets?
Like, I'm saying both sides, yeah.
So who would you say?
I say the Sixers won the trade.
You think the Sixers won the trade? Okay.
I like their dynamic look. You feel me?
You saying because of who they are now, or because of who they got? Why you like the trade? Because how the team look now.
Embiid was already, you feel me?
Right.
MVP. He on the MVP. You feel me? Pace. And then you bring over James, a motivated James. You feel me? They can run that pick and roll crazy. I like that. What they gonna be at? I really don't see how right away. You feel me? Ben fit with Kyrie.
Right.
True. And you feel me? KD been hurt. Kyrie only playing home games, or was that away? Home games, away games. You feel me? So right now, I like the
Sixers won that trade. Yeah. All right, me first seeing it, when I first seen the trade, I'm saying, boom, the Nets won this trade easy because I looked at it like, dang, Ben Simmons don't got, like, you feel me? He's going to be a natural playmaker, just pass the ball, whatever. They got KD.
If I feel like, bro, if they put Ben at the forward or something, let him run the offense like a Draymond. You feel me? Like Draymond. You know how Draymond handles the ball.
Yeah.
But he don't got to be point guard. You feel me? Like, put Ben at the forward Let him run it like that. You feel me? So he don't gotta have the ball. He don't gotta get, you feel me, hack a bend and all that. He ain't, you feel me?
Right.
He ain't initiating offense, but he still can make plays.
I thought about that too. Like them getting Ben, who was going to really 1 point?
So
who was going to really 1 point? They gonna give it to Kyrie.
Reed.
But yeah, it gotta go to Kyrie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like. So they gotta. I feel like Ben.
If they do that,
3.
right, I like that. But if not,
yeah. But getting Ben, they got Seth Curry. Seth Curry was playing really good for the Sixers, and they got Andre Drummond. He's really a starting center. I feel like, but he's been coming off the bench for the Sixers because they got Joel, right? But I feel like Andre Drummond puts up starting numbers. Yeah, he played for us when we went. No, he played for us last year when we got bounced.
Like
because that was he did. He's looking way better with Philly.
He get them bounds.
He get bounds and blocks, bro. That's a good defensive player. They get some picks too. So like when I first seen it, I said the Nets won. Then I got here and start thinking about it like, bro, 76ers chemistry is going to be way better than the Nets chemistry. Because of all those factors, Ben coming back, not playing all year. Kyrie and him both big point.
Weird, right?
How they all gonna fit in?
Right.
It's
Who
like,
gonna handle the ball? Who gonna have you feel me?
Then I look at the Sixers like, boom, Joel's gonna eat down low. He's like now, I never been a Harden fan, but I have to admit, bro, he's definitely became a great playmaker and passer over these last years. So he's gonna get the ball up and be for sure. Like, remember the last time he had a good big man?
Imagine he coming, bringing them out. He out top, bring coming to bring the pick.
He's gonna go.
You feel me?
Nobody
stop right.
Nobody.
B gonna be able to pick and pop it, or he can shoot the 3, get back and you feel me. That's gonna be nice.
And was because like 76ers last year they had
drop the oop off. You feel me?
They had the Dwight Howard. They had the Dwight Howard, and they had Andre Drummond this year playing behind Joel. And I feel like them is two centers that wanted more minutes. Them getting Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap's not going to need a ton of minutes every night. He going to come in and do his job with the 10, 12 minutes he get the little couple rebounds. He might shoot the 3 a little bit. So I feel like he fits the mold more for what the 76ers need for their backup big man. So I just like the 76ers chemistry more. I feel like they win off the chemistry. Like looking at the pieces, I'd say Nets, talent-wise, having Seth and all that. But like what I think will work is what the Sixers got going on. Okay, then the next big trade. We had the Mavs acquiring Spencer Dinwiddie and David Bertans, and the Wizards.
I feel like this is a big trade
because the Wizards got Kristaps Porzingis. That's a ex All-Star. You feel me? He's still good. He's still a 20-point per game night. A 20-point per game night guy.
He ain't changing nothing.
But they have a good team. Bill, who else is there?
Porzingis.
But they got that's the thing. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. They just got rid of Montrezl Harrell.
So, Bill and Porzingis is there.
Yeah. Oh, they got Kuzma and they got a nice little team, bro. They got a nice little team. They just moved some pieces though, so I don't know. They big man is what's his name, man? Damn, I forgot bro's name. But he's solid. He's solid. But you don't think Porzingis can take off? Because I feel like that was
like Porzingis.
I like Porzingis. I just felt like that shit with him and Luka was never gonna work. I always told Lonnie or Mavs fan, he ain't.
He is soft.
I mean, but he's a finesse player, bro. He's gonna shoot 3. He's not gonna bang it again.
I don't dig with that, and he be hurt.
I think it's good.
A finesse hurt ass nigga.
I think he can. I mean, that's if Bill wants to stay in Washington, right? If Bill wants to stay in Washington, they can build with that. Bill and Porzingis, it can work, bro. I knew Porzingis and Luka was never gonna work. I said that. Like I like both players, but I just didn't like them together. I said that for a while. But that's a trade. Bucks, Clippers, Kings, Pistons do a 14 trade. Serge Ibaka goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. That's good for them, I feel like, defensively. The champs, you know what I mean? Clippers get Rodney Hood and Samaje Olajay. So 2 bench guys that might have a role spot, we don't know or not. The Kings end up getting Dante DiVincenzo from the Bucks, Josh Jackson, and Trey Lyles from the Pistons. Josh Jackson was actually having an okay season coming off the bench for the Pistons, so Kings get him, and then the Pistons pick up Marvin Bagley.
A bust.
Came from the Kings. I think he could be. He was all right though. He's been.
A bust.
He was just. They took his playing time down this year, and he wanted to
get
out of the Kings because bro was taking off Holmes.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Bust.
I don't think he was.
Bagley.
I don't know how much
he came out, got a whole shoe deal and everything. You feel me? He ain't did shit.
I don't know how much he going.
Wasn't he the number 1 pick or number 2?
He was top. I think 2 or something. Yeah, he was top.
Bust.
I don't know how much he. They got Cade Cunningham with him. Pistons suck. They're the worst team in the league, but you know what I mean? Maybe they can build on something. And then the last big one, it was a couple little moves. Montrezl Harrell went to the Hornets. Went to Charlotte Hornets. I like that. And then he basically went for nobody. I mean, he went for Vernon Carey Jr. went to the Wizards and Ish Smith. So Montrez, my thing with Montrez is I think he's a good player. I just wonder why he's moved around so much in these last years. You know, he won 6 Man of the Year a couple years ago, and he's moved around all since then. I wonder what that's about. But outside of that, any other notable moves? Joe Ingles on the Blazers. Torrey Craig, Aaron Holiday went to the Suns. Derek White went to the Celtics. And the Spurs get Josh Richardson and Romeo Langford. And the Rockets got Dennis Schroeder and Ennis Freedom.
Romeo who?
Romeo Langford, the young guy that the Celtics had. But the Rockets ended up getting Dennis Schroeder and Ennis Freedom came there with Bruno Fernando. So that's the biggest ones I've seen. That's a lot of movement. I think it impacts the East. It impacts a lot of the East biggest one because 76ers and Nets. So does anything change? Do your picks still stay the same? We were saying Chicago, Miami, Milwaukee last time. Does anything change?
No, this don't change nothing.
I think it throws Philly in that top 3 spot. You don't feel like?
Oh yeah, if I didn't put them, had them in there.
Cause I still like Miami, but I just don't know. Like Chicago looking like they hitting the rough patch.
Yeah, Philly move up.
Philly moved to at least in the top 3.
Yeah, Philly move up.
I think you still got to have the Bucks there off respect, even though they down in the standings.
Right.
We know what
Giannis dropped a 50 ball.
Giannis just dropped 50 last night, and you know what they can do. So, yeah, man, that's the end of this week, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna be back next week. It's gonna be all basketball talk or whatever big sports news comes out. We'll be here to discuss. Football is over. Shout out to Feed Me Sandwich Kings, man. Come get you a sandwich, bro. You got anything to add on anything?
Nope. Finally about to get into these NBA games, man. NFL finally over. About to be this long ass drag until I know this about to take forever to come back around. I'm sorry, so football.
We're gonna have draft for y'all in like a month or two. My draft pre-hype shit. Draft in April or May.
Oh yeah, y'all know y'all we don't cover this a lot. We see the Stylebender won his fight over the weekend. Was it the weekend? Probably over the weekend. Stylebender UFC.
Oh yeah. We was watching that. Yeah.
He won that.
Good fight. We're gonna start getting into fights too, man. I know people want to hear that too. So we're gonna start opening up this can of worms on you, man. Carter Sports coverage, like I said, shout out Feed Me Sandwich Kings, shout out DJ Marv. And we to the top. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Yeah.